TinkerCAD tips, welcome back. This is part 2 of the woven planter tutorial that I was working on. And in the last tutorial, I had shown how to make this particular shape and to save it off up into the Your Creations here to save on some of the overhead normally associated with trying to support a lot of spheres or cylinders. So we're going to go ahead and continue here. We're going to come back to our basic shapes. We need to fill in this bottom here. So let's bring out a cylinder. Let's go ahead and squash this down a bit. And I'm going to align the two of these. Now I'm going to select on that cylinder. I'm going to change my snap grid to off so I get some granularity here. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift. I'm going to drag this out until it just intersects that yellow part. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and change this to say, we'll make it 3 millimeters. We want our bottom to be fairly thick. Well, let's make it 2.5. That should be thick enough. Let's zoom in here, make sure that that comes out into our yellow part. Looks like we should come out a little bit farther. Oops, let's undo that for a moment. There, we have the cylinder here. Let's bring it out. There we go. Okay, now we need to put some drainage holes in it. And instead of round ones, let's go ahead and do hexagonal ones. Let's go ahead and change this down to, say, 10 millimeters. Turn it into a hole. Let's bring that over here. Let's go ahead and drop it down in there a bit. Let's do a quick alignment down the center. Okay, let's select that. We'll make a quick duplicate of it. Change our snap grid back to 1 here, and we're going to shift nudge that duplicate over here. Okay, while we have that, let's go ahead and shift select the other one, and let's group those two together. Okay, Control A to select everything. Let's do an alignment in this direction. All right, now let's take those holes. I'm going to click duplicate, and let's make this 90 degrees, so there we have 4 of them. So let's select those two, and this orange part, we'll group those together. All right, so there we have our base. Now, let's work on the rings. Let me zoom in a bit here, so I'm going to select this ring part. I'm going to click duplicate. My snap grid is set to 1. These rings are 3 millimeters tall, so while holding the control key down, I'm going to come up 3 millimeters. 1, 2, 3. And just to make sure that they're merged together, I'm going to click back to 1, and I'm going to go down 0.1 millimeters. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to rotate this 5 degrees, because each of those spheres that were in there, or cylinders, were 10-degree rotation. So now we're overlapped. And what I'm also going to do here is I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, and I'm going to click on a corner here, and I'm going to change this to 101%. Now what that's going to do is as I go up, it'll create a shape that's like a cone. Back. There we go. We'll start hitting Control D. This is our wave duplication. We'll back out. That pattern just keeps repeating as we go up. Now you'll notice here that as I went up, it also increased the thickness of this, that we're at 4.47. I could have also let's go ahead and select a bunch of these, and let's delete some of them. Let's do that over. Let's zoom in here. Let's get rid of a couple of these. Delete, delete, get rid of that one. Okay, so let's try that again. We'll select this one. Make sure I'm at 1 millimeter. I'm going to duplicate. Control cursor up 1, 2, 3 millimeters. Go down 0.1 millimeters. I'm going to rotate 5 degrees. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift. I'm going to make one of these 101%. I'm going to go to the center here, and I'm going to change that back to 3. Now, without selecting away, you never want to deselect your duplicated object. If you deselect your duplicated object, you're going to have to start over. So while it's still selected, I'm going to begin hitting Control D. And we're getting our basic shape there. Keep coming up. And we get our nice woven pattern. So now I'm going to hit Control A to select all of these parts and group them together. And now, because of all of the round parts that are in this grouping could take quite a while. So just be patient, give it some time, and you'll see while it's grouping that there'll be an outline around your part that will be sort of a red highlight. You see that red highlight there? When it's all done grouping and resolving, that will go away and you'll be left with your finished object in TinkerCAD. So hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to leave that. Or DM me if you got good ideas for other TinkerCAD tutorials that I should do. In the meantime, like, follow, and share. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.